Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Jaxon Show. I'm your host, Jaxon Salmon, and today's episode is about my predictions for this weekend's college football playoff and the NFL's Week 16 games. So, without further ado, let's get into it. First things first, we got to start out with the Thursday night football game. The Chargers versus the Denver Broncos. I'm sure many of you that listen to my podcast know that I'm a Chargers fan for whatever reason. I really like what this team is doing. The Broncos are turning around. They're doing some good things as well. But the Chargers are favored heading into this game, and I will take the Chargers 2 games away from clinching their playoff position. I don't see how they can go backwards and lose that. I'll go with the Los Angeles Chargers. The next game on my NFL prediction slate would be the Texans versus Chiefs game. This is going to be Saturday at 1 o'clock on CBS. The Chiefs are without Patrick Mahomes, who I think we can say is the main reason why the Chiefs have had most of their success. They will be starting Carson Wentz for this game, and the Texans will be starting have C.J. Stroud on their side of things. So they both sides have superstar quarterbacks. Of course, only one will play in this game. But with this prediction, the Chiefs are the favorite. I'll go with the Chiefs. I don't like the Texans. I think they're frauds. But, this is an early playoff battle for both of these sides. A little bit less. It matters less for the Chiefs because they don't have Mahomes. But it definitely matters for the Texans. I want to see how I want to watch this game, see how the Texans perform. Next game, Steelers versus Ravens. Ravens are favored by 6.5. I'll go with the Steelers here. I like Mike Tomlin and what this team has in store for Lamar. I honestly don't think that Lamar has only beaten Mike Tomlin twice, which shows you the skill that Mike Tomlin has shown in stopping a quarterback as talented as Lamar Jackson. I expect that to continue on Saturday. Finally, we get into Sunday. I got 2 big games that I want to talk about. The first is the Lions versus the Bears. Lions are favorite to win this game. I wouldn't say that the Lions are favored to win this game, and there's nothing wrong with them. There's nothing wrong with that. I agree. I would take the Lions in this game. Here's the reason why it concerns me, though. The defense is injured. You don't have David Montgomery, right? So your defense just allowed 48 points to a very good Bills offense, granted. But how will that reflect you playing the Bears? Because you've gotten just so many injuries. Because that was the depleted difference last week. This is a depleted defense this week. I'm pretty sure they're going to have to sign a ton of guys off the practice squad before Sunday. A ton of guys are going to have to come off of that practice squad, that bench, to fill in the positions that are missing on the Lions defense. And with a quarterback like Caleb Williams, who's explosive and can make big-time plays, that concerns me if I'm a Lions fan. Here's the other concern that I have for the Lions. Their offensive strategy has definitely changed because we saw Jared Goff. He threw the ball 50 times last week. David Montgomery didn't play very much, and it turns out he's on injury reserved. It affects the offensive strategy because your running game won't be as proficient without the guy that nobody else on the field can tackle. And the only reason why the Lions threw the ball so much is because they were behind a ton of scores. They had to catch up. So you can't get that far behind in this game, but also I want to see the offensive game plan without David Montgomery back there. Huge loss for the Lions, but I still think that they can beat the Bears just because I think that the offense will find ways to put up points where the Bears' offense won't. Final game of our for the NFL, I got the Buccaneers taking on the Dallas Cowboys. Buccaneers favored by 4 points. Cowboys coming off a victory in Carolina, where the Buccaneers are coming off a 40-point outing against my Los Angeles Chargers. I'll take the Buccaneers in this one. Cowboys at home. You're playing a winning team with a running record. This loss, if the Cowboys lose on Sunday night, this would eliminate them. That would eliminate them from the playoffs. I would love to watch that. And I know a ton of people that would also love to watch that. A lot of Lions fans that would love to watch the Cowboys lose. I don't have anything for the Bills or for the Eagles or for the Falcons this week. Just these were the best games that came up. So these are the best games that I talk about. Now it's time to talk about the games that I'm sure we've all been waiting to hear. I'm most excited to talk about these games as well. The college football playoff kicks off this weekend with 4 first-round matchups. The Hoosiers of Indiana travel to Notre Dame to take on the Fighting Irish, while the Mustangs of SMU take on the Nittany Lions of Penn State. The ACC champion Clemson Tigers hope to continue their dynasty from the 2010s into this decade, as they travel to Texas, and Tennessee travels to the Shoe to take on the Ohio State Buckeyes in prime time. Start off with the first game. Indiana, Notre Dame, Friday night. ABC. This is going to be a good game to watch. I most likely will watch all of these matchups except for SMU Penn State. Just because that's the least interesting one that I see. But I'll take Notre Dame. They're favored by 7 points. And the thing about Indiana, the level of competition that they faced isn't good, right? They haven't really faced any competition, right? And so now they face a Notre Dame team that has the most points per game in the FBS, right? 44 points per game. And they continue to add to it. Last 6 meetings, undefeated against ranked teams. This Notre Dame team is pretty good. I like their offense, right? I expect their offense to put up big numbers. I expect their defense to do the same as well. I expect the defense to get big-time stops and big-time spots. Kind of keep Indiana out of this game. I like this game. I'm going to watch this game. I would love to be surprised, but I wouldn't be surprised if Notre Dame wins this game in a blowout. SMU Penn State. Penn State is the favorite. I'll go with Penn State. The joke is over, man. Penn State's in the playoff. And I think they win this game. I think they beat whoever they play next, whether it's Arizona State. I think it is Arizona State, but if it isn't, it would be Boise State. They'd win that matchup. They'd move on to the semifinals, and I think that's where this Sweet 16 or this Penn State season ends. But SMU, I think that they can handle that. The defense looks really good. It's in Penn State. It's supposed to be cold. So advantage automatically goes to Penn State as opposed to SMU, where the best you can get out of SMU is they're probably going to be practicing indoors with the AC on to prepare for this very cold game. I don't think that's enough. I'll take Penn State at home. Clemson versus Texas. Texas is favored by 12. I'll take the Longhorns. I don't know what Dabo Swinney is doing here. I don't know what Clemson is going to do against Texas, but I know Texas is going to try and win. I don't think I've seen this team be this good in a while. It's been a long time since I've seen a Texas team this good. I give them the advantage based on offensive firepower, defense. I think they get a lot of stops, and I think that they could score a lot of points in this game. This could also be just a blowout. But I like Clemson's offense. I think they can keep it close, but I've got nothing on Clemson, and I think Texas is really good, so I'll take Texas. And the last game is Ohio State versus Tennessee. I want to do it. I want to do it for For all the Ohio State fans I know, I just can't. Give me Tennessee. I think just Ohio State, cold environment, Saturday night. It is advantage Ohio State, like I said, with Penn State. But the difference is Tennessee has been on the road in tough road environments. Yes, Norman early in the year, that would count as a tough road environment. I think cold night in Athens, that was a little bumpy, right? So I'll give them that. Arkansas, that was a road game. Tennessee isn't particularly favored on the road, but I don't trust Ohio State after what happened against Michigan. I think Michigan just kind of hurt them too much. I think Michigan just kind of broke Ohio State's brains. Give me the Volunteers. And this is more of a close game. This is a game. I'll definitely be watching this game 100%, even if it is the Buckeyes of Ohio State. But, yeah. I can look forward to watching this game, and I can expect good old Rocky Top to take over the shoe on Saturday night. Well, that is another episode of the Jaxon Show. Thank you so much for listening. And don't forget to tune in next Tuesday because I'll be dropping my weekend recap on Tuesday. So don't forget to tune in and bring a friend.